Hi everyone, thanks for coming to class today. My name is Emily and this is yoga for upper back, neck, and shoulder care. This class is going to be entirely standing, so it'll be good for days that you're at work or traveling or can't get down in the floor. So we'll begin by coming into a standing posture on your mat or on the ground. If you don't have a mat, that's fine. We can just roll the shoulders a few times. So begin to move with your breath. So yoga is all about breathing. So we're going to begin to slow down the breath and slow down our movements. Okay, and then one more of these. So the shoulders roll forward, up, and then onto the back. And then let's bring our right ear over to the right shoulder. So we're just going to do a very easy opening here. Releasing, maybe letting that left arm dangle. Swing like a wind chime, and then release. Let's bring the head back up and do the other side. So nice and long, and on your exhale, we'll bring the ear over to the shoulder. Begin to swing gently with the right arm. Again, imagining a wind chime on a windy day. And then release. Let's bring our head back up into neutral, and then take the arms, reach them both around, way up into the sky. Extend up through both of your arms, reach. And then let's forward fold here. So we'll bring the chest out over top of our legs, maybe to the floor, or if you have a block handy, maybe to a block, especially if this is your first forward fold of the day. So we don't ever want to struggle with these poses. Letting the head shake yes and no a couple of times. And then imagine like a little light at the crown of your head. Make small little half-inch circles on the mat beneath your head. And switch directions. And feeling like the head is a weight on the end of a fishing pole. Bring the hands to the hips, strong core muscles. Inhale, stand all the way up. As you stand, lift up through the spine. Roll the shoulders once more onto the back. And let's take both arms, reach them to the sky. And then exhale, crescent over to the right side, pressing your hips to the left, so standing half moon posture. Inhale, come up, switch sides, reach up through the right arm. Exhale, crescent over to the left side. And then inhale, come back up. Now let's do both arms. So we're going to take both arms up. The right arm lifts the left arm to the sky. And then exhale as your hips press over to the left side. We're reaching our arms to the right side of the room. Breathing deeply. Inhale, come back up into center. And then switch sides. Lift, extend, reach, exhale, press the hips. As you press the hips, then we're going to use the left arm to pull the right arm over to the side wall. Keep the breath moving so that you get a little bit of bounce with the posture. You'll rise up slightly as you inhale, exhale, deepening, and then inhale, come back into center. And we're going to switch the, well, let's do one more forward fold and then we'll switch our grip. So inhale, lift up through your chest. Exhale, fold out over top of the legs. Again, forward bending. Maybe you notice that the legs are already beginning to relax a bit. Shaking the head yes and no. And then bring the hands onto the hips. Inhale, stand up. All right, and now let's go back into our half moon. So we're going to take both arms, reach them around to the sky. Internally rotate at the left shoulder. So as you reach up, you're going to extend. Imagine that you're holding on to a light bulb or reaching for a light bulb, and then turn the light bulb so you're turning to the right. And then we're turning to the right. And then we're going to take the the right arm from underneath and then use it again for assistance. So not only is my arm pulling toward the side, but I'm rotating as well. So I'm assisting in that internal rotation in my shoulder. Inhale, come back into center. As we come up, then we'll switch sides. So bend the elbows, bend the knees to switch, lift up, inhale, exhale. We'll rotate at the shoulder. Again, holding on to the wrist internally, rotating at your right shoulder, and then exhale over to the side. As you reach over to the side, using the arm to pull to the wall and to keep the rotating on the shoulder. Breathing deeply. Inhale, come back into center. And let's go again into our forward fold. So reaching the chest out over the legs. It's always interesting to see how opening out at the upper back helps to release what's going on in the legs as well. So your whole body is completely interconnected. Hands to the hips again. Inhale and stand up. Now we're going to go to the wide side of the mat. So go ahead and step wide. Let's get ready for a triangle pose. So we're going to lift the heel of the left leg, externally rotate the hip, lower the heel. Inhale, let's take the arms up, extend through the front chest, side bodies, upper back. Exhale, bring the arms nice and wide, reach to the side wall. So as you're reaching over to the wall, your hips are reaching to the other wall. So we've got two directions that we're shifting into, and then bring the hand down, lifting into the top arm. We're going to swing the right arm down toward the floor, and then all the way to the wall and back up to the sky. Reach to the wall behind you, circle down, around, and then back up to the sky. One more time. So let's reach, swing down, around, and then we'll use that momentum to lift us back up. We'll bring the foot in, do the other side. So we're going to lift the heel, rotate at the hip, lower the heel, inhale, the arms sweep up. Exhale, we'll stop at horizontal position with our arms and begin to reach out through the chest. The arm extends is an extension of the chest. The hips are reaching back the other direction. Hand will come down, and then triangle pose. Find your breath. And then once more, we'll reach the arm out. And then down, back, and then up. And then let's switch directions. This is actually the opposite way that we went before. So we're going to swing down, around, and then up. So we're starting reaching back, down, and then around. We're doing 3 total. So one more here, down. And then using the momentum of that arm to lift your torso, let's bring the feet in and prepare for our wide forward fold. So let's roll the shoulders back, bring your hands to your hips, gently press your hips and your hands together, and then bend your knees as we sit down into a big squat, and then we'll tip the chest forward as we straighten our knees into that wide forward fold. So I'm going to go here to the wide side, so I can see the camera, but you can stay facing the way you are, or you can turn too if you need to see. Okay, and then we're here bringing the hands, or keeping the hands to the floor, then return them to your hips. Inhale, we'll stand back up, roll the shoulders back. Now clasp the hands behind your back. Lift your chest away from the hands, which are reaching away from the chest, and then forward fold. I like the bend of the knees and then the tip, but you can just go straight into the fold if you don't like the bend first. To me, that always helps just to make it a little easier in the hamstrings. So the arms are reaching overhead, and now we'll then release them down onto the floor. So the next posture, you might like to use a block. It's up to you. If you can't bring your hands to the floor with a long spine, then definitely use a block, because you can't be rounded and do this. So none of this, guys, is very important. No rounding. Get long, even if you have to build really tall blocks or use a shelf or a, you know, a chair. That would be better than being round. Okay, so let's get long. Inhale, halfway lift. And then we're gonna rotate at the spine, rotating at the torso area, stacking your shoulder, and then lifting the arm up. And then isometrically, we're pulling the chest away from the hips, hips away from the chest. So your legs are very strong and active here. And exhale, release, bring the hand down. Let's do the other side. So we're gonna rotate first, or come halfway, lift first, and then rotate the spine is second. And then the third is the arm swinging up toward the sky, pulling with the hand that's on the floor. So isometrically pulling your chest away from your hips, hips away from your chest. Strong legs pulling the mat apart between the feet. Exhale, release. We're gonna do it one more time on each side, a little more quickly. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, rotate the spine as we bring the shoulder onto the other shoulder. So stacking the shoulders in the hand. Exhale, release. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, revolve. Revolve, and then the shoulder, and then the hand is the last. Apply that big ujjayi breathing, big breathing. Making that ripple effect all the way through the connective tissues. Exhale, release, bring your hand down to the hips. Strong spine stands all the way up. Roll the shoulders back. Bring your feet back together. And then let's come straight onto the mat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes. Just take a moment and observe how you feel. Any change in how you feel in your body, especially in the upper back, neck, and shoulder area. Now to yourself. Thank you so much for joining me for this short class. Namaste.